2 degrees. Weatherman looks like he's going to win this morning. I'm saying 24 degrees. Barbara's 28 degrees. Little out of the picture, I think, this morning. It is going to rain, so take an umbrella with you. Yeah, not too far away, in fact. I'd say about half an hour to an hour's time. You never know, it might be raining. Tuesday, March 21st. Let me do this.
Galaxy 107fm.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107fm, so very, very happy to have you on board. If you haven't seen the show or anything like that before, you might be able to catch it on YouTube. If so, sub, thumb, bell. Bingo. Bell notifications when we have important people, much like today's feature artist. Also, subscribe, become part of the family. We call it the noise here at Galaxy, simply because it is growing exponentially every day. Really, really is. Thummy thing, you know what to do with that. Get epileptic. Like us. A lot. Go on. Double, triple dare you on that one. Today we're speaking to Will, coming from the band Black Whiskey out of Brisbane. And believe me, I'm really impressed. He's an Australian and he's out of bed before 10 o'clock in the morning. Something new for me. You're right here at Galaxy. Let's go down Devil's Highway. Yes, here's Black Whiskey. So that gives us a couple of minutes, Will.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you're not a vegan, are you?
No, I'm normal.
Have I ever asked you this before? Have you ever tried a vegan sausage?
No, I think I've eaten bacon. I don't know what it's made from, but yeah, it's not bacon. That's for sure.
Okay. No, honestly, Will, I ask everybody this because I want to know if they're made of real vegans or not.
I hope so.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
It's all advertising, isn't it? Hmm?
Well, I was really upset when I found out the Girl Guide biscuits weren't made of real Girl Guides, you know what I mean? So, it really upset me. I'll tell you what, Johnson & Johnson won't return my emails, my calls, anything anymore. I only asked them one simple question, is how many babies goes in a bottle?
How much water does it take to rehydrate them?
Exactly.
The one,
Yeah, exactly. Got to welcome along Franco Nanucci on board this morning. Marianne Peterson's on board as well. Bobby Gross. Terry Williams is with us. Wolf Milestone. Nice to have you on board, Wolf. And E. Wolfgang de Brett. He's a Kiwi too, by the way. Nice to have you here with us, believe me. And John Pater. Hello to John. Hi to May. And also to Ashley. We love Ashley, the Princess of Galaxy. And believe me, today we're talking to Will from the band Black Whiskey, and they're coming out of Brisbane. Yes, no, I do love Australian artists, I really do. Absolutely, we've got a place in our hearts for them. Much like Steve Irwin had a place for Stingrays. Who's he? Yeah. Just ask Bindi.
Yeah, wow. I remember that. I was actually living in the States when that happened, and the news just spread like wildfire throughout the community. Oh, did you hear what happened? It's like, no. I'm like, I thought they were having some sort of joke at first. So who gets stabbed by a freaking stingray?
Yeah.
But, wow.
Yeah. Believe me, there's a barb to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but honestly, what the hell was he doing with the stingray, for God's sake?
Well, the stingray didn't like him, obviously.
No, of course the stingray didn't like him. Yeah, pointed that one out really quickly.
Just talk about freak accident.
Well, I was just wondering, was he in a wetsuit or was he wearing those khaki bloody shorts of his?
I'll probably just wear his shorts and shirt as he normally does.
You see, now that's why he got stuck. He got hit. Inappropriate. Inappropriate water wear.
That's it.
Let's go live, bro. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today I'm absolutely elated catching up with a good friend of mine. Of course, we're talking about Will from the band Black Whiskey, and believe me, I'm loving Black Whiskey. Absolutely love their sound. You've been requesting them quite a bit, so you know who I'm talking about. You really, really do. Welcome back, Will.
Thanks for having me back. Hello, listeners.
It is an absolute pleasure to catch up with you, my friend. It really, really is. Take it, we've had a few computer problems.
We have. It's a saga. It's ongoing. I don't know what the problem is. It worked one morning. We got up the next morning and it wasn't working. So they kept coming up with some sort of wanting to reboot into a repair mode that never happened. So it's in the shop, hopefully getting fixed or replaced.
Yeah, well, I kind of hope that you're able to retain your information on there. I know sometimes, they factory reset and stuff like that. They don't care, really, do they?
No, they don't. As long as they get the thing back out the door and back to you, So most of the important stuff was backed up to a hard drive. I think it was only the more recent things that had been put on, like maybe some photos of recent stuff that hadn't been put across yet. But hopefully we've retained most of the important material that we need.
Now, a young lady called Trinity coming out of London and Ontario was asking, Will, how do we get hold of you as a fan? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? Are you a talker? But more importantly, Will, do you respond?
Well, hello, Trinity. Thanks for the question. We do respond. We are on Facebook. There is a Black Whiskey Facebook page. From there, you can find us on, we have our own website, official website for Black Whiskey. There is a Twitter account up there. I think our singer Alan handles a lot of the Twitter side of it. Not so much TikTok, but maybe that's something we should look at down the track because it seems to be quite a popular platform going forward. And we're all individually on Facebook as well, but there is a band Facebook page and all the info where we're playing, what we get up to, all that sort of good stuff's on social media. We're on Instagram as well. There's an Instagram account for us.
Nice.
We do respond as quickly as someone either reads the message or sees the comment. Definitely, we will respond.
Very, very nice. Now, Elaine coming out of Cairns is asking, Will, when's Black Whiskey touring?
That's a good question. We're actually waiting for we work with a company out of Sydney, Hard Life Touring Australia, and they're trying to put something together for us at the moment with another well-known Australian band from the 80s. I won't mention it yet because I don't want to jinx myself. But there's supposed to be a tour coming up with them in the not-too-distant future. And as a side note to that, the band, we've actually been looking at heading north for quite some time. We've done the going down south thing. We've been to Sydney, we've been to Melbourne and all that sort of thing. I said, let's see if we can throw something together and get us up north, to Cairns. You've got Bundaberg, you've got Mackay, and all the rural areas around that. So there's definitely, it's being looked at, put it that way. We would love to get up north.
Very, very cool. I was actually talking to a Member of Parliament, of course, coming out of your capital, and of course, that the Queen passed away not so long ago, and he was saying to me, right now we're in turmoil. We've got a whole state just absolutely panicking because they want to change the name.
Yeah.
And I went, okay, what do they want to change it to? They went, well, now they want to be called Kingsland.
Yeah, it doesn't it sort of rolls off the tongue like a brick, doesn't it?
It kind of does. Where else am I going to send all the guys that wear dresses and drive fast?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think we should just leave it as it is, even, as a tribute to the late great Queen. Just leave it at Queensland.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and the people probably want to call it too, and the inhabitants of the state, but we won't go there.
Well, I've got to be honest with you. Your country's sending back the 501s. Are you familiar with those?
501s?
The New Zealanders that are being sent back by the government because they may have got a parking ticket or something wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so in return, we're going to return your women. Okay, you can have them back. Gotta say hi to Barney as well. Barney, nice to have you on board M Street, the ISP in Port Moresby. Nice to have you on board, Barney. It really, really is. And Jan Paulson, hey, you buddy. Nice to have you on board as well. Now, well, we opened up the show with Down Devil's Highway. Refresh our memory. Tell us a little something about that.
Oh, Down Devil's Highway, it's a little while ago we wrote that one. It was just one of those ones that we sort of sat around and the riff came out and we're sitting around, what do we do? We're trying to pick a topic. And the more you think about it, the harder it gets. So let's just sit down and throw something together. It all came about. That's just like if you got in a car and you drove fast and all of a sudden you didn't know what was going on and you were just on this highway that you thought went to nowhere, but you still wanted to drive fast. So it was one of those drive fast songs and no one came up with the lyrics for it. And it just sort of, we tried to not copy or rip off we just wanted it to sound familiar as Australian pub rock. So it's got a bit of that AC/DC, early AC/DC, maybe a bit of Angels, but, you know, that sort of good old Aussie pub rock type vibe that you used to hear back in the 70s and the 80s and that sort of thing. And that's the sort of thing we'd like to keep going. I know a lot of bands sort of as they get older, they progress and their musical styles change. They get more technical or they get softer. But we just like to keep, if we can keep going with what we're doing and keep it fresh, we'll be happy.
Absolutely. Don't change the formula because, believe me, here, Black Whiskey is very, very successful. We get so many requests for you guys. It is phenomenal. It really is. So, literally, I think, you know, maybe you and that other band you won't disclose might want to come over this way and have a little play as well.
We would love to come and play in New Zealand. Actually, some friends of ours have just toured. They did 2 shows in New Zealand, I think, last week. I think they were in Hamilton and maybe Auckland. Well, we would love to come over and play in New Zealand. It's been on our bucket list since, probably pretty much since the band started to get real serious a couple of years ago, and we actually talked about it on Sunday.
You know, we're only a few hours away. We're not that far away, brother man.
I know. It's basically we just got to find some venues and hook us up with a couple of cool local bands to kick out some music with, and over we'll go.
It's almost the equivalent of getting in the car and driving to Cairns.
Yeah, except keep your windows up.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. You don't want to do it in a plane anyway, especially if you're taking Qantas. Believe me. You get here safer. Don't take Jetstar. Believe me, do not take Jetstar unless you want to fly, you know, in a plane. Well, take Air New Zealand. We'll give you both wanks. All right?
All right.
Yeah, better than Jetstar.
When I came back from the States, I came back I landed in Auckland. I had a couple of hours in Auckland, and then I got on an Air New Zealand, and it was an awesome flight. And I must say, whether they still serve them or not, I had the sweetest lamb mince pie on that plane. And
yes, they do. They really do.
Oh, sweet. I'm there.
Nice, because believe me, I recommend the food. I really do. I can't say the same for Qantas though.
Yeah.
Last time I took a Qantas flight, it was sort of rubbery.
One thing about Qantas is, I will admit, they've always looked after us as a band and our equipment. Touch wood, it stays that way. But we've never had anything lost or damaged. Always swift service. I have to thank them for that. But yeah, not many other airlines to look after us. There's one other, but yeah, it's all right.
You know, I got nothing against Qantas. I really, really don't. But I tend to use Air New Zealand more often than not. I don't think it's a patriotic thing. I think it's just, you know, that's the best plane that you think of and get on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I've always heard that the quality of an Air New Zealand flight is top notch.
Yeah, absolutely. Really absolutely. We like to hold ourselves accountable for everything, you know what I mean? Got to say hi to Bo Gregory, who's joining us. Jan Paulson's joining us again. And Jay Pillai is joining us. Now, Jay, I want to talk to you about Jay after this month. I think you've already been in the magazine, haven't you?
Not that I know of. I haven't had anything.
Not yet?
It's being organised, yeah. But I don't think it's gone in yet.
Okay, well, believe me, the man himself is watching right now. Also, Chris Andreas. Yeah, nice to have you on board, Chris, coming out of Canada. Love your work. Looking forward to new stuff. In the meantime, I'm going to talk to Will about eat you alive. Now, bro, you got a little cannibalism in you, have you?
Not quite. No, it's actually what people don't really expect it to be. It's about it's like the women's empowerment type thing. It's like the stereotypical male crowd at a venue, and a girl goes out, maybe even by herself with friends, and they're all sort of like eyeing her off and that sort of thing. And she's a chick that's not going to be messed with in any way, shape, or form. So you've got to be careful, or she'll eat you alive. It's that type of song, you know.
Got it. Absolutely got it. Anyway, right here at Galaxy, and believe me, 3,792 requests for it so far, my friend. And so, believe me, it's great. It's getting attention. It really is. Here is Black Whiskey and Eat You Alive. Oof, gosh, it's hot in here. Yeah, it really is picking up pace here, my bro.
That's excellent. Well, I remember, and we're off air for a minute, so you've got one of these coming your way.
Awesome.
You've got one of these coming your way.
Awesome.
A couple of T-shirts, there's a bit of swag here, a couple of handful of stickers, some guitar picks, and because you do get cold weather, we're going to chuck in a couple of our winter beanies as well.
Brilliant. Oh, yeah. Brilliant. That'll keep my board here.
Get that out to the mail to you this week.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Terry Van Cannon's online too. Shake the room, but no earthquakes, please. I've been keeping in touch with Terry over the weekend. You know, sort of, poor man's been a sounding post for me from time to time. I'm going, oh my God, we're having another one. You know what I mean?
Wow.
He's a master of the steel guitar. He comes out of North Carolina, or North Kakalaki, and a good friend of ours, if you know what I mean.
Awesome.
And I got to congratulate the man for his successes just recently. He's been getting on the charts, loving it. On radio, you're getting all the attention right now. Congratulations to you, brother, man. You deserve it. You do. And it's got nothing to do with us. It's all you. He keeps blaming us for it, you know what I mean? Because we put him in touch with people and they happen to like him, my God.
Yeah. Well, that's good. You know, that's
good. It is good.
I've got a couple of things coming up at the end of the year that, for me personally, are going to be a great move. It's not Black Whiskey stuff, but it's still, well, there's a guy coming out from California, and we're just trying to work some tour dates out, who's the sort of, if you threw Joe Bonamassa, maybe a bit of Stevie Ray Vaughan and Boss Skaggs in the mix, that's what Brad comes out as, and he's doing a national tour, and I'll be playing bass for him on that tour.
Okay.
That's probably looking towards November, December at the end of the year, but awesome musician and a nice guy to boot too, which is cool.
If you like blues, may I recommend a guy called Patrick, spelt P-A-T-R-I-K, Janssen, J-A-N-S-S-O-N. That man's a genius. That man is an absolute genius. He really is.
I'll look that up tonight at work while I've got 5 minutes to myself.
Yeah, he spells his name, you know, R-I-K at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I will definitely look that up for sure.
Yeah, he's been around a number of years. He's got a few albums out, if you know what I mean. But
That's
just
cool.
love his style of blues. I really do.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Whiskey stuff's coming up thick and fast too. Like I said, we've got that tour that's been put together, and there's 2 international acts coming out in May that we've got we've got the support for them. One's from England, one's from the States. Pretty well liked too. Apparently, they've got a big following. And then May the 12th, if you can get yourselves over, we're doing the first inaugural Rock the River cruise on the Brisbane River.
Ooh, this sounds nice.
Mm-hmm.
This sounds nice. I've been on a tour up the Murray River on houseboats before. We've done sort of like a half a dozen houseboats with a band on one, and you know what I mean. So it's been a bit of fun that way. Anyway, let's go back to the desk. We'll wrap it up right now, but don't go anywhere just yet. But we'll get there. Okay, bro? Okay. Well, that ended a little earlier than expected, I've got to be honest with you, so let me do this.
Galaxy.
The machine said it still had 20 seconds, but obviously the machine was wrong this morning. Eat you alive. Absolutely loving that. I really am. Now, Will, anything new coming from Black Whiskey in the near future?
We're actually talking about some new stuff on the weekend just gone. We've got the album's going to come out hopefully in the next couple of months. What we want to do is we want to do an album release with a tour. We want to do a film clip for maybe one more single. And release that simultaneously with the single, and we've pretty much got the song nailed down. It's a pretty kicking song. It's a very sort of Angelsy type, another Aussie pub rock one. Really rocks along. And then we've got a couple of international supports, as I said, coming up. Rock the River Cruise, May the 12th. Hopefully, if you're in Australia, if you're in Brisbane, grab your tickets. They're limited. It's the first one. They've done a lot of blues cruises, which is cool, but this is their first rock music, Rock the River, on 12th of May. And that's through Schmick Live Music, so we thank them. And then, if anyone wants us to come to New Zealand, get in touch, and we shall tee something up. We would love to come and visit you guys.
Well, we would love to have you. In fact, keep in touch with Barbara, because she does manage Aurora Entertainments, which works with bands from overseas in New Zealand as well. So, you know, she's very versatile, is Barbara. I think everybody needs one, to be very honest with you. I'm very lucky to have mine. Having said that, my friend, I would really love to be able to see you live on stage, have a beer with you, you know what I mean? The only thing I will say to you, though, Will, if you're going to hook up with me, bail money.
Bail money?
Yeah. The police know me by first name.
Oh, your first name basis.
Yeah, believe me. Every time we get into having bands in New Zealand or something like that, it just so happens that we have an escort, which we never pay for. Yeah. And I keep asking them, are you keeping an eye on the band? They're going, no, Grant. Thank you. Very nice. Cheers Saunders watching as well. Lisa Saunders, nice to have you on board, Lisa. We really love you. We really do. Having said that, my friend, we're going to have to wrap it up right now. Looking forward to new work in the future. We'd love to have you back.
Absolutely, and it won't be too long before, if we do bring a new single out, as I said, we want to do a single and a film clip release, and we're talking about getting stuck in and doing that. And we're in the process of writing some new material as well, so keep an eye out on all the socials. I just want to say thank you guys and Galaxy for the support that you've shown the band. And all the listeners worldwide. It's incredible to know that, you know, what started out as just a little band that we didn't think would do much more than play locally has really started to get along for us. So thank you very much, guys. We do appreciate the support.
You know something? We only play the best music here at Galaxy. You tick every box, and believe me, we don't want you to stop doing what you're doing. Otherwise, I'd be out of a job. You know what I mean?
Well, we'll keep rocking along.
That's the one. Absolutely brilliant. In the meantime, folks, have a very happy and successful day. We'll be back, Barbara and I, tomorrow morning on The Breakfast Show between 5:30 in the morning and 10 o'clock in the morning as well. So join us then for The Breakfast Show. Love each and every one of you. Stay safe. Have a very happy day. And all I can say is happy radio, everyone. Galaxy.